There are moments when clarity doesn't arrive through effort. It arrives through the right environment. Hey, I'm Boyd-Gill, the Luxe business mentor and the creator of the Luxe scaling system. Listen, if we've not connected already, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything. We've been having this conversation for a while about what you need as a six-figure business owner. And one of the things we know is that content has its limits. See, content is great for information, but it lacks contextualization. So you know that, we talked about getting courses, programs, things of that nature. They're really great. And when you were first starting your business, it was amazing because it gave you the foundational pieces, the step-by-step things that you could do to start a business. However, when you continue to buy the same courses and you expect the miracles for the transformation of growing or scaling your six-figure business, what you'll understand is it doesn't take into consideration the context of where you are, where you've been, what you've tried, and what's working or not working in your business. This leaves you to a place of self-reflection. You're looking at it. You're saying, I bought the course, I took the program, I sat through the classes, and I'm not getting the results that I anticipated, or it's not working for me. So you're starting to self-reflect, but you're not, again, taking into consideration where you really are. What you have are blind spots, and it's really hard for us to see our own blind spots when we're self-reflecting. This is why we often need other people to reflect that back to us. And then you have perspective. When we're looking at perspective, you are often doing this in isolation. So it's just you, your mind, your thoughts going around in circles and considering what you did wrong, what you did well, and often it's more focused on the negative. So what you need to understand is clarity will often require contrast. It's not just as simple as a course. So when you find the right room and you're able to step into it as a six-figure business owner, what you'll find is shared language. There are conversations that are being had that are very relatable to where you are. The conversation's no longer what is a lead magnet or how do I start my business? Instead, the conversation is how do I grow this business from the place where it is now? Or what do the steps look like if I'm scaling my business? Or what does it look like to include a team in my business? These are very different conversations. And if you're not in the right room, you can feel like you're not getting the information and the context that you need for you to be able to create a strategy and grow or scale the business. You'll also understand that the complexities that are occurring at this level in your business can be normal for people at this stage. But if you're in the wrong room, people are looking at you like you are a wild bird. They're like, what's wrong with you? What are you complaining about? You understand because you've been steeped in this flow at six figures. You've been steeped in it long enough to see that things are different. And you need people that will understand that. We also want people who have expanded visions. I like being around people who have visions that are even greater than my vision because now I'm not limiting myself to what I believe that I can accomplish. Instead, I'm looking at what's possible beyond what I can see right here. You want expanded visions in rooms that you decide to be a part of, and not limited visions or only visions of those people that are leading that room. And last but not least, when you're looking at the right room, you want to be able to be in a place where you can make faster, confident decisions. When you are a CEO, you do have to be decisive and you want to be able to make the decisions, but the right decisions, and not have to lean on waiting and asking 20 people for their opinion before you decide on something. So this right room is not going to always tell you exactly what to do, but it will absolutely sharpen the way that you see things in your business and other businesses too. Now, one of the things we know is Six-figure women will sometimes hold themselves back from being in this room. And we've talked about this before in a previous video, but when I see this happening, it's the blame game. We start looking at what we've done right in our business, but we focus so much on what we've done wrong or the experiences that we've had that have been negative that you hold yourself back. The biggest obstacle I see is the fear of comparison. So you may be a six-figure business owner and maybe you have some other peers who are 6 or 7-figure business owners, and you start comparing your journey to their journey. You may even be saying, they're outpacing me. I'm behind. They're doing things better than I am. And if you're spending a lot of your time watching what other people are doing versus nurturing and taking care of what you've built, that comparison will defeat you. It will take away your joy, and you'll find yourself not wanting to continue on the journey because it's not going to look like someone else's journey. And when we're thinking about that word of being behind, your path is your path. Some people take a long walk on this journey of entrepreneurship, and some people have sprints. But more than often, those that have sprints aren't able to sustain themselves. They may have a sprint, but they can't recreate that sprint. So I need you not to compare yourself and not to think about this case of being behind. The other thing is isolation. We've talked about this in other videos too. You create this uber independence and decide that you can do things better alone. I know in the beginning you had to, but at this point, in order for you to grow and scale, or decide what to do with your business, you will need community. You need people to talk to. You need people to understand where you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it to be able to decide then what's your next step? What do you want to do future-wise? What's that bigger vision? How does this need to look for you? I just need you to know that isolation is more like protection. You're using it as a way of protecting yourself, but it's not discernment. It's limiting you. So if you're having a hard time with clarity, I don't want you to assume that you're missing something. Instead, I want you to ask yourself, are you trying to solve a contextual problem alone? This is why rooms play such a powerful role in leadership at this level. I hope you gained something from this video today. If so, make sure you comment below and we'll talk soon.